Kane.
Enid Forsyth.
Martine Robertson. Birds.
Land. People.
Sea. Air. Down. My down. My down. My down. My down. My down. My down. Ospreys begin to part their winter quarters, leaving their roosts in the mangrove swamps of West Africa. Staggered departures, a slow release of birds. The journey, the awful journey, thousands of miles across the Sahara, the Bay of Biscay, is not the point. It is getting back to spar and mate and claim a patch. Back to the deceiving north, still shuffling spring with winter. My own true love evermore, though coldly forsaken, it's you I adore. And if you would return, then I'd make you my bride, or I'd cross the wide Atlantic to be by your side. On the morning we parted, how sad the farewell. Our words, they were few, and our thoughts none could tell. And when lost to my vision, far over the brine, I drank your success in a goblet of wine. 3 times have I crossed to the ship as she lay, becalmed on the breath of the silvery bay. And the crew are the bravest ever handled an oar. Unawed by the tempest, they laugh at its roar. No ballroom can tempt me, nor raise my despair, for there's none in the dance that with you can compare. To watch the young lovers as they swing round the floor brings tears to these eyes that may see you no more. And in beauty there's none with this lady can vie. She's as pure as the silk in the blue vaulted sky. She's as fair as the lily and as sweet as the rose, and there's nothing can tempt me her name to in my heart, but the wildest adventures I'll save for my part. No woman on earth will I take for a bride, till I cross the wide Atlantic to be by your side. I must mourn my untrue love evermore, though coldly forsaken, it's you I adore. If you would return, then I'd make you my bride, or I'd cross the wide Atlantic to be by your side.
Storm petrel, a bird of the open sea, pelagic. In Shetland, alamuti or sea swallow. In Orkney, alamonte or stormfinch. In Gaelic, parrot of St. Peter, who appears walking through wave troughs, or gurdle from the Gaelic guidor, a whirler. There is a tradition that sailors hate and fear storm petrels as harbingers of bad weather. They were, it was believed, invisible during calm weather, but appeared at the threat of a storm. They caused more fear than the storms they supposedly predicted. Petrels are said to embody the souls of wicked sea captains who have ill-treated their crews and as punishment are condemned to fly forever over the deep. Others say they are the souls of drowned men, imploring prayers from the living, or that they are sent from hell to hover over the corpses of those lost at sea. Nailing a horseshoe to the mast was said to deflect the storm petrel's evil powers, harnessing the combined influence of iron and horses. They are known in many languages as Mother Carey's chickens, but her identity is unclear. Mother Carey plucking her chickens in Scots usage refers to snow falling. From the water-witch harbinger of doom to the Mater Cara, the Virgin Mary, who it is said is the protector of these birds and the one who sends them to warn of storms. We sit with the lore of storm petrels as an essentially female entity in an eternal hovering over dark seas, or even fancifully at the storm-lashed glass of a lonely lighthouse.
Anchored in a jewelled island's north is a lighthouse. Banded red brick and white stripes. Highest on the mainland, he tells me, man of the musical voice. Feetward and upward, 176 steps echo a prelude. Listen to the rhythm. Listen. Cotton gloved and burnishing a handrail, I ascend to the light. Dimensions of space and distance flood in, creating melody in my head. Fresnel's brilliance magnifies a blessed beam to warn and protect mariners in this land of the north. Such journeys rejuvenate and astonish, reminding us of the enduring power of our watery element. But downward I must go in an earthward rhythm. Listen, listen to the rhythm.
Now whistling winds and slaughtering guns bring autumn's pleasant weather. The moorcock springs on whirring wings among the blooming heather. Now waving grain wild o'er the plain delights the weary farmer. And the moon shines bright as I rove at night to muse upon my charmer. The partridge loos the fruitful fell, the plover loos the mountain. The moorcock haunts the lanely dell, the soaring hern, the fountain. Through lofty groves, the cushat roves, the path o' man to shun. The hazel bush o'erhangs the thrush, the spreading thorn, the linnet.
Thus every kind their pleasure find, the savage and the tender. Some social join and leagues combine, some solitary wander. Avaunt, away, the cruel sway, tyrannic man's dominion. The sportsman's joy, the murdering cry, the fluttering, gory pinion.
But Peggy dear, the evening's clear, swift flies the skimming swallow. The sky is blue, the fields in view, all fading green and yellow. Come, let us stray our gladsome way and view the charms in nature. The fluttering corn, the fruited thorn, and ilka happy creature. We'll gently walk and sweetly talk, while the silent moon shines clearly. I'll clasp thy waist and fondly pressed, swear how I love thee dearly. Not vernal showers to button flowers, nor autumn to the farmer. So fair can be as thou to me, my fair, my lovely charmer.
they came out, one by one and minutes apart, without fuss or fanfare, or any warning that I detected. And of course, they came out of the wrong side of the trees, the shaded side, the side away from the sun. Now, why did I not think of that? But they drifted on the air and did not go far, and one perched on the hillside and preened in the sunlight, and two that had left 5 minutes apart and vanished west came back along the skyline, wingtip to wingtip. And there were not 3 eagles, there were 4. The 4th flew alone and was paler and smaller than the others, and there was less of the machete about its beak. It flew more gracefully and with fewer wing beats, and the white under its wings and its tail confirmed the presence among roosting young sea eagles of a roosting young golden eagle. The thing about this part of the country is that it is halfway between the established sea eagle breeding territory of Mull and the relatively new East Coast reintroduction project on the Tay estuary. All 3 places are on the same line of latitude, in the hills immediately north and south of the loch, and all the way to the west coast. The terrain is long established golden eagle territory. Sea eagles have been absent here for more than 100 years. Had been absent.
Cracks, corncrake, landrail, king or the quail, the croaking one of the corn sheaf, the nutty noisemaker, the quailie, the wheat ma fit. Hear them, she whispers, and I nod. What does it sound like? Like someone grating a nutmeg, perhaps? Or a prisoner working toward his escape with a nail file. Cracks, cracks. Cracks, cracks. We move forward a few paces at a time. Now and again, Sarah stops and tilts her head. She wears her hair back in a ponytail and sports 2 or 3 small earrings. And when she stops to listen, she reminds me of a thrush on a lawn. She cups her hands behind her ears because it's almost impossible to tell where exactly the sound is coming from. It's obviously on the ground. You'd swear it was right under your feet. But it seems to jump and flit ahead. We walk on carefully, speaking in whispers, until we've crossed the whole field. But the sound, heard so clearly from the gate, is still, somehow, ahead of us.
The corncrake wife. My job is to locate every calling male. Only the males call in Orkney. I appeal for people to call my corncrake hotline if they hear one. My answer phone message contains a recording of the call so that people can compare it with what they have heard. The sound is like a credit card being scraped over a phone, or like the corncrake's onomatopoeic Latin name, Crex Crex. The oldest islanders are already familiar with the call, which was once the sound of the countryside on summer nights. It's lucky that I've just got my driver's licence back after the ban for drink driving, because my survey is carried out by car between midnight and 3 a.m. Corncrakes call throughout the night, peaking between these hours when the males are at the centre of their territories. Over 7 weeks, following a standardised national methodology, I survey twice every 1 kilometre map grid square in Orkney containing suitable corncrake habitat, hay and silage, tall vegetation such as nettles or iris. Corncrakes are elusive. They hide in the long vegetation and we locate them by ear rather than sight. I stop every 250 to 500 metres, wind down the windows and listen for 2 minutes.
Oh, the lass that I loved best o' a', she is handsome, young and fair. Wi' her I spent sae mony nights along the banks o' Ayr. Wi' her I spent sae mony nights whar yon wee barn ae rouse, and the echo mocks the corncrake among the whinny knowes. We loved each other dearly, disputes we seldom had, as constant as the pendulum, our heart beats always glad. We searched for joy and found it where yon wee barn ae rouse, and the echo mocks the corncrake among the whinny knowes. Ye maidens and pleasure dames, hod to the banks o' Doon. You'll dearly pay for every cent to the barber for perfume. But rural joy is free to you where the scented clover grows, and the echo mocks the Carn Crake among the whinny knowes. The Carn Crake is new and the bank is to the brim. The whinny knows are clad with snow that taps the highest rim. But when winter's cold and icy blast turns to summer once again, we will welcome back the Carn Crake, the bird o' rural joy.
Wind down your window and listen for 2 minutes. trip to Pakistan.
.8.
Came back along the skyline, wingtip to wingtip. And there were not 3 eagles.
Sorry, Enid, that's
I think you better stop it just now, is that okay?